Well, it might not be enough to solve the drought problems here in the Golden State, but it sure is coming down pretty good here in Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go. It's time to end it. Hey, pick your game up. Watch left, watch left, watch left. He's stopped right there. 3 down, 3 down.
On first down, Faulkner. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 41.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. Try to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Watch the
Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes two to tango.
At the 26-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. 3 down, 3 down. Check 50, check 50. Kill. Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
Operating from the gun, Faulkner. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Orbit. Mike 52, Mike 52.
From the gun, Faulkner. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
60 or. 53. Hey. Just now.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at their 48-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Topper. Wide, get wide. SOS.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 34. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Check 26, check 26. Check 4, check 4.
And some room to work. There he goes right side. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Throwing on first down. Faulkner, open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. That one good for 26 and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Eric Armstead racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
That's a gain of 10. Brings up 3rd and 7.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
You better be afraid of me. Don't. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Who that?
Operating from the gun. Faulkner. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Simmons. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Rip left. Mike, 53, Mike. Ain't no sense. Go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 85 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Single on the slot. Check three.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
At the 39-yard line.
This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Alert. 3 down. Switch it. Come on, switch. We got double up.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Faulkner. And some room to roam now. 20, 10, 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Army. Check 31, check 30. Hey, switch gears. Where's 52? Watch 52.
Here's Jacobs. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Tight end right. We got three, fellas. We got three. You go tight. You got go. You got tight right there. Slam, slam, slam. Watch twist. Say, run it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Faulkner. Got a man, it's Arcega-Whiteside. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 21 yards. That's another Raiders.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Back to throw. Faulkner. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He completes this to Sutton. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Here's a give to Lindsey.
2nd in inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
You got nothing. Check three.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
I was going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
We ain't giving him nothing today.
He may try and run for this. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Broncos push further out in front.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. This fielded at the 2. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 8-yard
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Running is Jacobs. He's got a first down past the 30. He cuts it right. And some space here. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. So we're at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go. 36, 36.
Another run by Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Looking to throw. Faulkner. And he'll find Moreau here. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion. But he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They go with Jacobs, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
30 base. 6-6, bullet high.
You think you gonna get this? Slam!
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
3 buzz, 3.
X3, 218, chopper. Hey, high 7.
Here we go, 50. Mike 50. Hey,
2.
Looking to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here we go, set. 60 yards.
Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get this.
Go.
Motion. Hey, check motion, man. Put your hands on him. Get it.
Go.
They'll run with Lindsey. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Hey, check.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Get it.
They'll set up a throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jake Bunt, his first touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Check.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
Go! 60 Pittsburgh.
53. Mike 53.
Hey, Delta.
I'm coming after you. 53's the mic. 53.
Now.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
I got you. I got you.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Now it's Lindsey. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 2nd and 1. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
At the 1-yard line.
So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal.
3 down. Watch 14.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Faulkner. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Faulkner.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And taken right on the 30. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On second down, Jacobs. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Once again, it's Jacobs. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. On 4th down, Faulkner. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might give radio silence back.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now a carry for Lindsey, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
18, Gator.
I got one. Shift.
Pilot, 64, weak. Ready.
They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. And often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. This one taken just inside the 10. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Back to throw. Faulkner. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 33. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
65. No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here.
Operating from the gun. Faulkner. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd down.
Let's go now. 60 It's our time. It's our time. 52 is the mic right here, over there, right? 52 is the mic.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all.
From the gun, Faulkner. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete. Intended for Juju Smith-Schuster. Sets up 4th down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Here we go. 50. Off. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch it.
On 4th down, Faulkner. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did.
70, Indy.
53, Mike 53.
5.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.